Hi, everyone. It's Linda G. Sorry, I've been off the beaten path for a little while here, and we have our wonderful Mel Doerr
Staying warm, hopefully.
staying warm. That we really want to say prayers for anyone going through this cold snap. Tell everyone what happened. That you were going along and it was raining, and
Well, yeah, it was like, Friday, well, they called for snow. So Friday morning I woke up and it was this wet, heavy snow. We call it heart attack snow because when you shovel it, and it was sticking and it was a lot of snow. But then it was like 36 or something and it started raining. Okay. So, I cleaned my car off because we don't have a garage. And then so we called off on Friday because nobody wanted to be out that kind of weather.
yeah.
So Friday night, uh, it got really cold, very cold. So when I got up Saturday morning to go to work, my car was just encrusted in ice. So it took forever for me to get the car cleared off. And then it got even colder. So today we're having a heat wave. It's -3. So,
Oh, well, listen, it's overcast here. It's in the 40s, but I can live with that.
well, I could take 40.
Yeah. And then tomorrow it's going to hella rain. My son is an engineer that works for the water district. And he said, Mom, we're at 95% capacity with our water right now out
Wow.
here in Marin County. So it's like, whoa, we're not going to have a drought for sure.
Oh, good. Well, we had predicted that that drought would end anyway. So here we are, right?
Yeah.
So you're in Marin County.
Yeah. My son works for Marin County.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
I used to live there for 11 years, but I bought a house up here.
So which county are you in now?
I'm in Sonoma County.
Okay, so you're further north, right?
I'm in the wine country and I
Got it.
don't drink wine.
I don't either. Anyway.
Okay.
So can I just do an infomercial real quick?
The what?
Can I do an infomercial just real fast?
Yes, yes, we want to talk about Africa.
Africa. I've got openings on my tour. The people that went to Uganda last year, I gave first choice, okay, because I felt that's the right thing to do. And so I've got openings for at least 5 or 6 people. And I've got 11 already. I can only take 20. Uh, but for right now, I got openings for like 5, 6 people. So if you're interested, please call my office, 847-590-5411, and we'll get you signed up. It's going to be an incredible trip.
You
Uh,
had the best time last time.
oh my God, it was amazing. I was diagnosed with cancer, and 2 days later, I was in Africa. But I'm glad I did it because it took my mind off of what was going on, and it was really incredibly healing. And so this time we're going to be in this humongous volcanic caldera. I mean, it's miles across, but we're
Mm.
going to see like the endangered black rhino. One of the places we're going to be staying, we're going to be glamping for 4 or 5 days, but I'm talking glamping. These places are amazing. The giraffes just saunter right in, and it's going to be really cool. And we'll be out on, safari drives every day to take pictures of the wildlife and some cultural meetings with the Masai Mara tribe. And it's just going to be amazing. So uh,
Um, do they have a lot of mosquitoes?
I got one mosquito bite
Okay,
in
that's not bad.
Uganda. I put on DEET, but I probably didn't need it, but I did it anyway. But we did take anti-malarial pills. You start 3 days before you go. You take them when you're there, and then 3 days after you get back. But nobody had any bad side effects. Some people had a little traveler's diarrhea, but we had the medication for it. But the food was absolutely incredible. Never got a bad meal.
I
The
had a
only
friend that actually got malaria. He was really sick.
well, you can, but I think they require a yellow fever shot, but um, the meals are incredible. They drink the tap water, but they told us not to. So, in your room, there's this big bottles of water. So you just put some in a glass and brush your teeth. And, there's hot and cold running water. The bathrooms are incredible. I mean, it's
Wow.
just amazing. The accommodations are incredible. The food is incredible. The people are incredible. And people made friends that are still friends. And that's so exciting.
That's
So
like our Sedona event.
Correct,
With a
exactly.
lot of group friends.
We've got our Chicago event coming up too, so that's another one.
Yeah, I mean, right now Mel's talking like it's gonna happen, so
It is.
we shall see. I guess I should start booking my flights and stuff.
Yep, we'll get it together. Anyway, so that's my infomercial. I got openings on the Rhine River tour as well. That departs September the 6th. That's going to be incredible. That starts up in the Netherlands. We come all the way down through Germany, stop in Strasbourg, France. We end in Switzerland. Then we're on the ground on the ground. Listen to me. We're off the boat in Switzerland, and we stay on land for 2 days in Lucerne. So that's going to be an incredible trip. I've done that trip before. It's amazing. But
Yeah,
Africa,
you said you had a good time. That's the trip I've been threatening to go on.
you should come. You'd
My
have a,
sister would love it too.
well, I've got openings and you guys should come. We'll have a blast. We go in the lounge every night and dance and have a good time.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a riot. People love it. You know, my job is to make sure that people have the trip of their lives and that everybody has a great time. That's my job.
So if I wear my polka dot bikini, I won't make a spectacle out of myself on the boat.
Well, honey, we'll do one better. We'll just have a polka dot bikini night.
With my flip-flops.
There you go. I take flip-flops. Don't laugh.
I love flip-flops.
Me too. They're the best invention of mankind.
So listen, we got a lot of questions. Thank you guys so much for all the questions. But Dan wrote me and he really wants to know what we think about the Fannie Willis allegations. Is that going to affect this case?
Well, I think it's a crock of BS. And I think
it is fake.
and I just think it's something that the Trump's lawyers are doing to try to discredit her. And the bottom line is, even if she was dating the guy, what does that have to do with Trump's case? Nothing.
Nothing.
But I don't see her taking off the case. They tried other stuff before, remember, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
I do think she's having an affair with that guy.
well, even if she is, but
yeah,
you know,
but I don't see her being taken off the case.
I don't either. And they don't even have proof. So
they can't tell her what she can eat for lunch.
That's correct. I mean, you know, it blows me away, the hypocrisy. Donald Trump can have affairs with anybody.
Oh, I know.
And it's just it's a legal stall on their part. And
yeah.
It's not going
It is going to cause her some hassle though. There's some hassle. There's something to do with money. I think allocation, she gave that guy for money and they're thinking, hey, wait a second, you handed this over carte blanche. I think the guy's going to be taken off and Fannie's going to have to put somebody else in there just for the look of it.
But it's the same old thing that Trump does and his team, you know, deceive, divert, detract, you know, distract, divide. And that's what he's trying to do. It's a distraction.
Oh, and then that Marjorie Taylor gorilla keeps putting up. I don't know why she thinks that's so negative, because hello, Hunter Biden has a good body. Hello, bring it closer, girlfriend, bring it closer.
Hey, but come on over, like, let Linda and Auntie Mel take care of you there, Hunter.
We'll be happy to help him, whatever he needs. But she thinks it's so negative. Look at this. And I'm like, okay, now do Melania next with her new right? Photos in bed with a woman and all that. Let's do her next.
Get to Melania. Oh my God, you know. But I had made a comment about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I don't know. You call her Marjorie Taylor Gorilla, but that's an insult to a gorilla, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
And somebody said, "Oh, you shouldn't make fun of how people look." And my response was, "Wait a minute. She is ugly on the inside.
That's where it is.
She's just vile, and her ugliness is just.
She's just so negative. She just can't look at a good, happy piece of something.
She's a vile human being.
Yeah.
And she's going to get in trouble for some of those calls that were placed, by the way, and get in trouble for showing those calls to the SWAT teams or something that were coming.
She did that?
I think she was behind a few of them.
Because she got one too.
I know. That'll come out, but you know, her showing, if a Democrat or an independent showed a nude picture of somebody in the house, they would ask to be resigned that same day.
Same day.
Look what they did to
if a Democrat posted a nude photo of the first lady, they would ask to be exited.
Exactly.
Get rid of them.
So she's going to be sued for that. And the hypocrisy amazes me. The double standards amaze me.
But
So
hello, I mean, she's going to show something revolting, but she's showing a burning hunk of change. You know what I'm saying?
I think
There's nothing wrong with how he looked. He
I
should
think,
be proud. He should be proud.
well, the question is, where did she get those photos? And she got them illegally. That's number one.
They're all illegal.
And number
That
two,
taking of his computer was illegal.
that's right. And number two, I think she's got a crush on him, or she wouldn't be.
Probably. She probably wasn't that.
If I had
Anyway,
heard this in my rear end, I
thanks
wouldn't
for the visual.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Okay, Andrini said, thank you always for being there for us. Do you think that any of the conservative Supreme Court justices are having second thoughts about pursuing their hard right agenda? And if so, will any of them go against their conservative colleagues in one or two of the decisions coming up?
Well, they already have to agree, and when they didn't agree with a lot of the stuff that Trump was trying to purport.
He went to them how many times about fake electors, and they just turned them away every single time.
Exactly. So I don't know if, they'll probably still be conservative, but
Yeah, and I do see something upsetting us. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I
So do
do
I.
see something upsetting us.
But
They know that they're like, what are they at now? 22% likability.
Right. And I see Roe v. Wade at some point being upheld again.
Okay.
And all of these draconian laws against women and against everybody else, those are going to be overturned at some point with a
Yeah.
different. So
you pick a question.
okay. I like this one. It's Irene Chavez says, what can you read on Jared Moskowitz and Jasmine Crockett? I absolutely love these two. We need more of them helping us to keep democracy safe. Well, Jared Moskowitz is a Florida representative, and my feeling is he's a Democrat, but my feeling is he's going to be successful in helping Florida to turn purple. I see him really, really, really out there campaigning and working hard to end the rule of the Satan. So good. Jasmine Crockett, she's from Texas. She's an attorney. She's really bright. I just love her. And she's ripping Abbott for those 3 migrants that were drowned due to his policies.
Yeah.
And I see the DOJ doing an investigation into that. And he's going to be in deep doo-doo.
As well as who was it that didn't allow them to help save these people? Someone stopped them.
Right. That's
due
right.
to his orders.
I say bring Abbott to Chicago when it's -3 outside in his short pants on a bus and just drop him off like he did those other people and say, oh, sorry, we're overcrowded. We got no room for you.
There you go. Why don't you find some huddle somewhere?
You know what? And what really I kind of looked it up on Jasmine Crockett. She's amazing. When Nancy Mace said that Hunter Biden should be held accountable, that he has white privilege, like everyone else, and she was mad because he showed up to that congressional hearing. I'm like, yeah, she's right. He should be held accountable. But how about go after the Jim Jordans and the MAGAs who gave the middle finger to the January 6th Commission?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them.
And failed to appear. So Crockett called her out on that hypocrisy. And I like that. So Crockett is also going to be instrumental in helping Texas to turn purple. That's my prediction.
Good.
So,
by the way, Texas is going to be real cold too.
Well, I hope, I hope they don't go without power, but
yeah,
because when it's that cold, it's not pretty. But, Abbott knew about this. He knew that infrastructure needed work and he didn't do a thing about it. So, I think the weather is going to help him get unelected.
right.
So anyway, that's what I got.
Okay. And I totally agree with you. I think the Supreme Court will not do all of the stuff. I'm telling you, Thomas is looking for a road out. I think they're gonna really hit, it might not be till the election, because he'll be shocked that Trump didn't get in. And then the Congress is taken over again, and then that's when they're gonna really start looking at a lot of stuff his wife Jenny did, and that's when he steps down.
I see him leaving too. He
Yeah.
might use health reasons, but I keep seeing though 2 or 3 new justices on the court. So, and I've seen that all along. So, other than what's there now.
Okay, question from Rob. As we all know, all Boeing MAX 9 planes are grounded in the US because of door size plug blew out during takeoff. And they were lucky that it was a door at so many thousand feet that they didn't all get sucked out, because it could have been a disaster.
Could have blown up. That's right.
But talk about the energies of the realm protecting. They don't always protect us, but lots of times there's so many this close. Anyway, do you see any other issues with Boeing? Any idea when these planes will be allowed to fly?
Well,
Any concerns for the flying public? Remember years ago, I said that Boeing, 2 planes had crashed, and on my show, I said it was a software issue. It wasn't a pilot issue. They were blaming the pilots. And remember that woman wrote me and she said, I'll have you know, I've worked for Boeing for 36 years and it was a pilot issue, Missy. And obviously you're not a very good psychic. And then right after that, they announced it was a software issue.
Yeah, I remember that. And I've never trusted those airplanes. I fly on them, but they grounded them for a long time. And now,
Yeah.
then something else happened. They grounded them again. Um, it's a question of who knew what. I talked to a pilot friend of mine, actually. I can't tell you what company he works for, but he's international. And he could be a captain flying 737s domestically, but he's a first officer flying overseas. But candidly, he told me that they've had a lot of problems with the 737s above and beyond what's publicized. So I think it's going to be a while before they're put back in service.
Really?
I
Because
do.
I felt like they would fix it and put them back up, not for not very long is what I got. I didn't get long time.
Well, fixing it is one thing, but then you have to think what caused the problem.
Yeah, well, the FDA is looking in to see if Boeing did not follow the rules of those plugs. And if they didn't, they're going to get hit with a big sanction again.
I think it's more airline maintenance people that didn't follow the rules with the plugs.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't take into account the stress and all that of taking off and landing.
Right.
Anyway, is it my
Okay.
turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, babe.
Okay. Kim G says, hello, Linda and Mel. Hi, Kim. There have been 2 Alabama prisoners die, and when the bodies were returned to the families, they had organs missing. Is there something nefarious about this? The answer is no. I think they were probably organ donors, and when they die, they take the organs. That's all.
Okay.
I don't see anything nefarious about it.
I got a lot of people asking me about that alien in Florida, in Orlando.
I didn't hear about it.
Oh, they said 9-foot tall aliens were down there, and the police, it was full of police, and they said it was because kids were causing a ruckus. But everybody was saying these 9-foot tall aliens. And I saw some videos where they're saying, look, see it? I didn't see nothing.
I'll look and see, but if you didn't see, I mean, I'm feeling like I don't feel 9-foot tall aliens. I just don't.
And let me tell you something. The aliens that I know energetically that have talked to me, they're all about peace, love, and dove. They're not all about going in a mall showing their rears like they're some sort of monsters. That's not who they are.
No.
They're here all the time. They show themselves, but very to a select few. They would not do, if they were going to have an opening show, they wouldn't do it like that.
Why would they want to come here and scare people?
I know. I don't think they did. Just like dead people. I've had deceased people say that they, lots of times they don't let their family know that they're right there because they don't want to scare them.
Well, it's like my grandma used to say, the dead ones won't hurt you, the live ones you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Okay. Kathy Hines says Texas and the U.S. government are at odds about the border, with Texas deploying the Texas National Guard and
Yeah.
patrol agents not having access. What will happen? The federal government will win. That's what will happen.
And wait till the voting happens again. People do not, I was shocked that that governor won again, and I think he cheated because his AG said we took away 2,500 something applications to vote. They wouldn't let people vote.
And Paxton still isn't out of the woods down there. I
No,
see
he's in trouble.
he's in big trouble. I haven't even watched the news lately because all you hear about is the Iowa caucuses and Trump, and people are getting nervous about, is Trump going to win? And it just creates fear, not with me, but with everybody. I don't see Trump winning. I just
And
don't.
listen, this is January, and I've been saying since way back when, even when his numbers were horrible, even Obama's numbers were horrible. And I said, you guys don't start coming up to conclusions now. And I felt it was a fake narrative about Trump being way up there and he's going to win. He thinks he's going to win, that's for sure. And what's going on right now in January? Biden's going way up in the polls. What did I tell you guys?
And a lot can happen between now and the election. It's 8 months. So, all right.
Okay, so your question.
Um, okay. Jilly, I think, says, hi there, lovely Linda and marvelous Mel. Thank you. The weight loss that Kelly Clarkson is saying she did just by eating gummies, is that true? What's the real deal? I don't know if it's true or not, but the bottom line is she took off weight, and as long as it's a healthy weight loss plan, God bless.
I just saw an injection.
Yeah,
So she probably got that new
that drug, yeah,
Hollywood drug that people are taking.
right.
I like her. I think she's a sweetheart.
I do too. I do too.
Okay, now it's me.
Yep.
Pam wants to know, have either of you gotten anything on the children that Putin kidnapped from Ukraine? I've been praying for their safe return. Not much media coverage on Ukrainian news, just a Putin plan. I kept asking God to keep me in the light, but Putin makes me want to go to the dark side.
Well, sometimes you have to have the dark side a little.
They've already, that's what these people don't seem to realize. You hurt children. And what happens is they grow up and a lot of them will be furious and do something against you. So
That's
I
right.
feel a lot of them are already being brainwashed.
They are,
But I
but
do see eventually they get to go back to their country. But Russia has messed with too many people.
I see them back in Ukraine at some point.
Me too. But I'm so sorry because the families have suffered so much.
And they're going to be very anti-Putin, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Mariah says, well, the Karen Act passed, and for most of the states, it makes it a crime to call the police on minorities for doing everyday things. In other words, a lot of people will call the police on people because they're walking outside or because they really haven't done anything illegal. It's just about racial profiling. And I see a lot of states passing that law. And it'll be taken to the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court will say the states have the right to pass that law. So
oh, great, great.
I see it.
Dawn wrote and said, happy Monday. Can you tell us if the Navy SEALs that went in the water off the coast of Somalia, will they be found safe? I did not feel that.
I see
I
brown.
heard it on the news today and I said, oh, they've already crossed.
I see brown and green swirls. And whenever I see that, it means drowning.
Yeah.
And I am not feeling a life force from them. I could be wrong. I'll pray that I'm wrong, but I agree, Linda. I think they're already on the other side.
I think one body may be found.
They will, but I don't feel a life force from either one of them.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Giga or Giga Hellblaze says, please talk about Ecuador. It's getting bad down there, and the government declared war on the drug cartels. Do you see the military declaring victory over the drug cartels? And will the drug cartel leader that escaped from prison be caught? I see the drug cartel guy that escaped from prison being caught and
I feel he'll
incarcerated,
be caught for sure.
max security. It's going to get worse down there, but I don't see a civil war, and I see the government restoring order. I
Okay.
think there's going to be a huge war on the drug court cartels in Ecuador, in Colombia, and in Mexico. I think politicians are tired of the cartels running everything, and they're going to really start cracking down.
Yeah.
I see coming. So
Um, so Sandy says, will Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio, keep his Senate seat in 2024?
I feel yes,
I'm gonna do a quick.
because women in Ohio are really, really mad about that whole abortion thing.
Yeah,
And then now they tried to change the Constitution, and then that didn't work. And now they're trying some other
they're
shenanigans.
trying a bunch of stuff because here's a victory, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it'll be close, but I
Yeah.
still see a Democrat in that position, because I see the Democrats overtaking the House and the Senate.
Oh, I know they're gonna do both. They messed up, I'm telling you. They have no clue. They awoke the sleeping giant when they turned on Roe versus Wade. They awoke the sleeping giant. And if this Supreme Court says that women can't have that pill that you can mail,
Oh,
you
yeah.
haven't seen nothing. In a way, if they do that, it's a definite done deal for
Katie
every
barred
Republican standing.
That's Katie barred the door. What about yeah, it's Katie barred the door. Absolutely. Um, yeah, if the court does that, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah,
All right, your turn or my turn?
your turn.
Okay. Jamie K says, millennial women are worked up over Britney Spears' book and how victimized she was. Is this victimization true, or has the narrative of facts been slanted unfairly against the significant people in Britney's life? Oh no, what she said is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And probably she withheld a lot of stuff. So Britney's telling the absolute truth. She was exploited.
Yeah, definitely. So Danielle Peterson, she said, and I remember her. You remember that young woman that was kidnapped by Hamas? She had on the bloody pants, sweatpants. She was dragged from her kibbutz. I've been praying for her safely release. Do you believe she's still alive? And the other sad thing is a lot of these hostages are saying they were assaulted as hostages too.
I feel a life force from her.
Okay, let me look too. Sorry, you hear those crows out there?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's crows. I got a lot of crows around here.
You know, they're very smart birds. You can even teach them to talk.
I know. I don't teach nothing. I just want them away from my hummingbirds. Don't mess with my hummingbirds.
I can hear them hollering out there.
Yeah. Oh, shush, you guys. Watch this. Hey! Hey! What? No,
One's,
now they're talking again.
one's giving you the middle finger out there. Like, don't tell me to shut up. Here's what I got for you.
There's a yap. So, but yes, she's still alive, you guys. According to this, she's still alive. And she's being looked after from a power beyond all this. So there's some good news coming up for her.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
what do
tell
you
you
got?
real quick who I see, even I don't even know if he'll fulfill his term as House, is the preacher that's the Speaker of the House right now. What's his name? Johnson or
Johnson, they're saying they're getting ready to get rid of him.
he's gonna go. He's gonna get the boot.
But are they going to put in our guy? Because some of the Republicans will cross over and say, yeah, we'll vote him in.
I don't
No.
think enough votes. But Jeffries will be Speaker of the House at some point.
Yes, well, probably when the Dems take over.
That you can take to the bank. That's why I think Mitch McConnell's not resigning right now as the Senate minority. It has nothing to do with the House, but as a Senate minority leader, because I think he's fearful of whom they might try to put in his place.
Oh,
That's why he's hanging on.
really? But
Okay.
if they lose again, is he still going to stay?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. No, I did mine. What's yours?
Awakening with Susan. Hi, Susan. Hi, Linda and Mel. Roger Stone was caught on video talking about taking out Eric Swalwell and another congressman. Will he be arrested for these threats? Well, and if he said he was going to take them out, that's one thing, but just if he said something to the effect, and if it wasn't a threat, I don't see him arrested for that.
I don't see him either because he'll say, I was just talking bull. I was just giving my viewers what they wanted.
Right. But I do see him arrested for other things. Because there were some tapes they released about him that were pretty damning, about the electors and all of that. So I
Yeah.
see him indicted and I see him in jail at some point.
Here's a good question
Okay.
from Deb. You helped me stay calm. Thank you. My question, you and others have said that when our loved ones cross over, they are greeted with love-filled, joyous reception. What happens when someone like the evil orange one crosses over?
Well, they don't like.
Satan comes and personally greets them, tells them to bend over and says, have a nice day.
Exactly. I don't even know if they let them in hell. They
That's
probably
why I love that Sam Kinison. He said, yeah, I can see myself going down the hill. And the devil says, what? You've been married 3 times? Oh, come on in. This will feel like home to you.
I think people that are really evil, I've always believed this, and everybody believes differently. I think when they die, they just cease to exist. There's just
No, they still exist, I feel. But I feel that they're in like a purgatory because we all have to go through what we did that hurt others in their lives. One of the worst things you can do on earth is to take away the free will of others. And believe it or not, some stories I've heard are even parents that were just iron fist to their own children, even when they were adults. And they have to pay for that on the other side. They have to go through that. But someone like him would have to replay, just like Hitler. Hitler is still in a purgatory because he has to go through every single person he died and what happens to the families.
And feel all that pain and
Yeah.
suffering.
Yes.
I don't know if it's purgatory. I think that's a good definition. I know.
It's I don't know about fire and brimstone, but I've heard stories of people who've crossed over that said there was fire. But it is a real dark place. And there's no grand, hey, look who's here, Donald Trump. Nobody will care.
No, it's like hell for him would be like nobody recognizing him, nobody paying attention to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an old Twilight Zone about that where one guy's in heaven and one's in hell, and the guy in heaven he's watching, like home movies all the time and loves them, and the guy in hell hates home movies and has to watch them for an eternity.
Oh, he he's just not a very kind person, and a lot of people around him aren't either.
No, oh,
They could care less about the people they get to send them money and stuff. Mom,
don't-
old women with Social Security checks sending their last dime because he's been brought to us by Jesus.
they,
And shame on those people for thinking that,
they don't. Trump doesn't care about his constituents. He doesn't care about any of that. The only thing he cares about is power. He doesn't care about. Trump doesn't care about abortion. He doesn't care about any of that.
Oh, I know. He's already paid for a couple of those.
Of course, he
But
doesn't.
he doesn't care about, he wants retribution.
Correct. All he wants to do is get even.
And let me tell you something else. While I was talking to you, I had a flash. I think he'll go before Biden.
Oh, okay.
I just had that flash.
Yeah, you know what? I got cold chills with it, so that
Yeah.
means
Okay,
you
you get a
sidekick.
one.
Okay. Hi, Linda.
Thank you guys for the questions, by the way. I got a lot of good questions.
All right. Hi, Linda and Mel. What will happen to the fake electors that remain all over the country? Robert Reich is saying there are even fake electors overseeing elections like in Nevada, Wisconsin, and Arizona. I see them being found out and I see them being prosecuted because what I see coming is the state is going to have to certify the electors, like the governors and all of that.
Right.
And then that'll weed out the fake ones. And if they are fake electors, then they're going to be prosecuted federally because you can't interfere in an election. And they're going to have to face the music. So
yeah.
all right.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So Dakota says, Jared Kushner has been rather quiet in the Trump circus cavalcade lately. Will finally face the music for his activities overseas of the selling of documents. Will he
Absolutely.
down? It will
Absolutely.
happen. Let me tell you, Jack Smith doesn't want to create much more chaos than just focusing on Trump right now. Once Trump is found guilty, he's going after all of them. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, all of the insurrectionists, as well as Jared Kushner.
He's got a lot more on them than what we think he's got. So
Yeah.
okay. I think Diane, I can't pronounce her name, Riccardelli. Could you please read on SCOTUS if they'll delay their ruling on presidential immunity, even though they might rule against Trump, to help him delay the January 6th DC trial case until after the election? How many court cases will Trump be able to delay until after the election? I see him coming to trial before the election.
I
see
do
him.
too. Now, the one in Florida, yeah, because she's on his side. She's working for him. He won't
Well,
get that until after the election when he loses.
but she's going to be taken off the bench, and
She's going to
maybe
be taken off the
case.
bench.
But I also see that Jack Smith's case is going to move forward, as will Fonnie Willis's.
Yeah.
Trump is going to run out of appeals and, dragging it through the court. Trump knows how to drag things through the court, and that's what they're doing, but they're not going to win.
They're not going to win.
Okay.
Okay. So, Margaret, can you read on a paramilitary group in Greenville, New York? I live nearby and people say the police are afraid of them and the FBI is now involved. I'm a little scared. I just saw like this, boom, like someone just taking off a table. So but what that means is they'll take them out.
That's what I see.
I even see helicopters.
I see, yeah.
So yeah, you guys can shoot at us or do what you want. The minute they try to start killing FBI or anyone, it'll be like that Waco, Texas.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But
Like
I
what,
see helicopters coming in. It's like these little terrorist groups, they think they're all that, but they don't own jets and helicopters that can fight.
right.
We can't have another civil war, even though Pluto's going into a station that hasn't happened since 1776. We cannot have any kind of uprising, even if we try. It will be nipped in the butt.
Well, if Pluto did that in 1776, what it could be for us, it might be like almost kind of going into a constitutional crisis, but we'll
Well,
resolve.
yeah, revolutionary, yeah.
Right, exactly.
But it also means Pluto is a great thing because it will also kind of get the rich off their high horse and make them pay more. Something's going to happen that's going to change a lot of it.
It's about accountability.
Yeah.
Okay, baby blue.
But if I win the lotto, you didn't hear that from me. You know what I'm saying?
You win the lotto, I'm moving next door.
Linda,
Hi, Linda.
I
remember-
made some of them lima beans, girl.
Did you ever make those?
I haven't made them yet. I had to order them. I went to the store. They didn't have lima beans. I had to order them from Amazon.
My God, that's crazy. I have some downstairs dried. Want me to send them to you?
And listen, Nicole really wants to make a pot of beans. She probably wants to make ham hock.
Oh, with the
My
ham hock.
mom would make it with ham hock.
You got to get the ham hocks, a smoked ham hock, or just get a ham hock and you can put a little smoke in there. But if you do it with a ham hock, you got to make sure you don't salt it too much because the ham hock
No, there's too much salt in it. Yeah.
Oh, but you can always add more salt. It's hard to take it out.
It just
But-
gives it a flavor. Yeah.
Oh, they're good with chopped up onions and a little hot sauce on the side, and
You keep thinking we're hot sauce people. We're not hot sauce people.
cornbread.
I may have Mexican blood through my veins, but my father was the white man who really enjoyed a hot. He would, my Uncle Joe, from Mexico, couldn't out eat hot like my dad could.
Well, it's a Southern thing. It's like when you have, butter beans or black eyed peas or things like that. My grandfather loved Tabasco and everything.
Yeah.
Just a drop or two, but you don't have to do it. But
I like green Tabasco on eggs.
Oh, those are good. But cut up onions really well. You can sprinkle those on top, maybe some chives and some cornbread. Oh God, I can make a
Oh, yeah.
meal.
Oh, yeah.
The best. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Um, well, we kind of touched on this one, but um oh, Baby Blue says there's still election deniers in several states. Yeah, they're still drinking the Kool-Aid. Uh that are in charge of counting the votes. Will this be a problem in the 2024 election? I don't think so. I think, with electronic counting and all of that, I think they're going to put safeguards in place to make sure that that voter fraud is not going to be rampant. It never was really rampant. That was just Trump's narrative.
Right.
So I'm not
Well, they'll
worried.
be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that everything he complained about was fake. They paid what, $680,000 for that one group to look and see and find it, and they came back and said we didn't find it, and they just totally disregarded what they said
Well,
after paying them all that money.
if they try to start saying there's something wrong with the election machines, this and that, then they're going to get sued. And look what happened with that one company that sued. I forgot who it was and won all that money. Fox News, they sued. And yeah, so uh, I'm sure there will always be people that'll cheat or try to. But I see a lot of safeguards put in the system so that it can't be rampant and to stop foreign interference in our elections.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Here's a good question. Deb Giles. If Lemuria was in the Indian Ocean, how do Lemurians get connected with Hawaii, or do they?
I'm saying again, I'm sorry.
Lemuria. Remember, it was a continent that went down in the Indian Ocean. She's saying, how is it connected to Hawaii?
I don't feel it does.
Yeah, I don't know where she got that info. There's Atlantia, right? Was connected to Hawaii.
Well, I don't think so either. Some people think that the legend of Atlantis came from the island of Santorini in Greece.
Oh,
It was
oh
one
God. Yeah,
volcano and it blew, and they think it wiped out the Minoan civilization actually because of the tsunamis and everything. So
right.
interesting. Um, it's interesting to go to Greece and see the ancient cultures. I just love that
I
stuff.
I want to go there. There's a saint that I really love that's out there.
There's a church on every corner.
I know. That's wonderful.
Same in
Okay,
Italy.
give me a question.
Okay, Sandra says, will they ever connect Jared Kushner to torture death of Khashoggi? Uh, Kushner got a fast billion, I think was the amount shortly after, and talk as he played a part in setting this up. Will Kushner and Ivanka ever be prosecuted for their illegal activities when Trump was in office? Lastly, will Ivana's Trump grave ever be open? There's no secrets in Trump's grave. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, okay.
People think there are, and I just don't see. That would be the perfect spot to look. I don't see it. But I guess that she wants to know, will Kushner and Ivanka be prosecuted for their
She
illegal?
won't, because she'll turn them in. She'll squeal. They've got everything they need on Jared. Trust me.
Oh,
But TikTok, they're just waiting to take the father-in-law down.
they'll make him a scapegoat, absolutely. Or Trump will
Yeah.
try. All right, your turn.
No, that was mine. I just did the,
No, I read that one.
oh, okay. Do you guys see the IRS going after 45?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. They'll be hot on his tracks.
Because if they do it to Hunter Biden, who paid his taxes, how can they not do it to Trump and let him get by with it?
Right, right.
So, and that's the only reason that, a lot of the stuff the House is doing is coming directly from Trump because he wanted to cut funding to the IRS. Because if they cut funding, who do they go after?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Toll booth. Oh, I like that toll booth. What will finally put an end to MAGA? Will the MAGAs ever see the truth? I don't think they'll ever see the truth.
Yeah,
But remember, the MAGAs are one tiny group that's telling the rest of us what to do. Just like after Nazi Germany, a lot of people claim they weren't Nazis, but yet behind the scenes
they were. Yeah.
they were. So, and that's what I see happening with the whole MAGA thing.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, just like people drank Hitler's Kool-Aid, people are drinking Trump's, and they're hit between the eyes with the truth, and they just refuse to see it. But in other words, I see them crawling back in the woodwork.
I have a question from V. Perez. I appreciate your collaborations. Speculation is that RFK Jr. is flying to Honolulu to announce Tulsi Gabbard as his VP pick. This could give his campaign fresh oxygen, more like carbon monoxide. Do you think they will be successful wild card and pull more votes from Trump? Yeah, I don't ever see RFK Jr. taking Biden's. I see him taking Trump's.
Well, I think that the Republicans are thinking that RFK would take votes away from Biden, but I don't think any Democrat in their right mind would vote for RFK.
Including his own family. They said he's cray-cray.
Right. I mean, he's a dino. I mean, he's a Democrat name only. He's like,
Yeah.
he is a cray-cray.
He's
And
cray-cray. And so is Tulsi Gabbard. There's nothing appealing about her.
No, his political career will be zero.
Yeah.
But what I do see is another Kennedy coming to power at some point.
Oh, I wonder which one.
I don't know, but at some point I see another Kennedy as the president. It's just not this goof.
No. Might even be a female.
It'll be somebody on the par of JFK, but thank goodness won't be assassinated or anything.
It's not Joe Kennedy, or not Joe Kennedy, Caroline's son.
I don't know, but I see another Kennedy in power.
Okay.
Not him, not that goof. This is somebody,
No.
right?
Down the road.
Exactly.
Well, my friend, we've gone over an hour. I don't like to keep my people's falling asleep too quickly.
Well, we talked about trips. We talked about this.
Yeah, we had a good time.
We did. Next week, your channel.
No, next week, your channel.
Oh, next week, my channel.
Today's my channel.
I think the cold has got to my brain.
I'll tell you, it's freezing. It's freezing.
I mean, there's a wind blowing, and the sun's out.
Yeah.
Boy, when that wind is whipping, ooh, you have to bundle up. Everybody, please, if you're in these climates where it's sub-zero weather, if you go outside, bundle up.
And bundle your babies. And how about dogs? How do they handle it?
Well, here's the thing. Dogs, you cannot leave them out because it's really bad on their pads. Like Lucky, she'll go out, she'll do her business, she'll come back in. In fact, Sunday, we were going to train dogs, but a portion of it had to be outside, and we canceled it because we don't want any harm coming to the dogs or to their trainers. But, make sure that you've got, like gas in your car, or that you're a member of American Automobile Association if something happens. And if you have a neighbor who's older or somebody who's having a hard time caring for themselves, give them a call.
Make
just
sure they're okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's, those are the human things that we do.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, honey. It's been wonderful. Now you got me in the mood for beans.
There you go. Yay. I'm making chili today.
Oh, I bet that. What kind of chili you make?
I got it from Paula Dean's son's recipe, and I'll send it to you, and it's really
Send it to me. Yeah.
It's really good. It's got beer in it. And it's very, very good. It sticks to your ribs.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie.
All right, my friend. You take care. Bye, you guys. Thank you for coming. And also, could you guys say prayers for cousin Jim?
Yes.
My cousin Sue's husband. He's been having some health difficulties, and right now he's looking a little better. So
prayers sent.
For my cousin Regina, who's still struggling with ALS. But I'll probably do prayers tomorrow. You guys, I have a whole bunch of prayers, so I'll probably figure that out tomorrow.
All right.
I can't figure